how would you describe these drone races?
Drone racing is a relatively new sport. It emerged about 4 years ago, and it involves flying very fast quadcopter drones that have a camera mounted on the front, and that camera sends a video feed to a pair of goggles that pilots wear. So the pilot sees what the drone sees. In our races, groups of pilots race each other through complex three-dimensional courses where they can see what the drone sees. So it's like flying a fighter jet through a race course.
Do you think it's the sport of the future?
People constantly describe it as the sport of the future. I definitely think it is a futuristic sport. It involves flying robots with these video goggles and these three-dimensional courses. I think one of the things that's interesting about it is that when people see it, they often compare it to other things they've seen, like Star Wars movies or video games. So in many ways, we've been imagining this futuristic sport for several decades, and now suddenly it's come to real life. So I think in that sense, it does let people experience something that we thought of as being part of the future.
And what do you think, what other things make them appealing to the public?
Drone racing has a lot going for it. It has all the speed and excitement and crashes of auto racing, but you add in the element of three-dimensional flight and the excitement of drones. So I think when you combine all those things together, it's an exciting racing sport, and it's also a unique technology-driven racing sport that gets a younger, more technology-focused audience to watch it.
And what do you like about flying a drone?
It's thrilling. People who have never experienced it don't appreciate when you put on those goggles and you see what the drone sees, your mind is tricked into thinking you are the drone. So as you're flying around corners at 120 kilometers an hour, you are getting a huge adrenaline rush because your brain is thinking that you're actually flying through a hallway. So you get adrenaline rush, you get excitement, and then you add in the thrill of competition, of wanting to beat people. It's a very unique sensation. A lot of pilots describe it as flying a racing drone for them is what they think it must feel like to be Superman, where you just have the power to fly anywhere really fast. Drone racing is a global sport already. There are people around the world who race in their home countries. They have very different backgrounds. Some are software engineers, some are full-time drone pilots. The one thing they all have in common, if they're very good, is that they're very good at flying a drone, and they also have strict control over their nerve. And the pressure is there and you have to perform. You really have to be a performance athlete to do well. So I think those two characteristics make for a champion.